The phone vibrated on the nightstand, slicing through the stillness of our dark bedroom like a knife. I stared at the screen, her name glowing in stark white letters. Claire. My thumb hovered over it, trembling, as the clock blinked 2:47 a.m. She wasn't home again. The air felt heavy, thick with a sour tang of sweat, and the faint burn of bourbon lingering in my veins. I didn't answer. Instead, I stumbled to the front door, bare feet cold against the hardwood, and turned the deadbolt with a deliberate click. Not tonight. Not after I'd seen her laughing with him, his hand brushing her wrist, her head tilting back in a way I hadn't seen in years. Our house, once a sanctuary of shared dreams, now felt like a mausoleum. The living room was a jumble of shadows. The couch sagged under the weight of unspoken arguments. I sank into it, clutching my phone, replaying the scene from earlier. The bar had been dimly lit. Glasses clinking, low murmurs filling the air, but Claire's voice had cut through it all. She sat at a corner table with him, a co-worker, sharp jawline and easy charm. I'd only gone to drop off her scarf, left in my car. I hadn't expected to see her leaning toward him, fingers brushing his sleeve, her smile too bright, too unguarded. I froze in the doorway, invisible, heart hammering so loud I thought the bartender could hear it. I left before she noticed me, scarf still draped over my arm like a noose. Sitting now in the dark, I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was nothing, a work thing, a casual drink. But the memory of her laugh, free and unguarded, the kind she used to save for me, twisted in my gut. The phone buzzed again. Another call. Claire. I let it ring, each vibration a tiny accusation. The bourbon bottle on the coffee table caught the moonlight, amber and half empty. I poured another glass. The liquid burned my throat, but it couldn't drown the questions. Why was she still out? Why him? Why did it feel like my world was unraveling with every unanswered call? The first signs had come months ago, subtle enough to dismiss. She started staying late at work. Deadlines always her excuse. Her tone clipped when I pressed for details. It's just work, Tom, she'd said, eyes darting away. I believed her, because the alternative was too heavy to bear. Then the texts, her phone lighting up at odd hours, fingers swiping them away too quickly. Just a group chat, she muttered, a tight smile like she was holding her breath. I told myself it was stress. Her job was demanding. I was imagining things. But tonight, seeing her with him, the pieces snapped together like a puzzle I didn't want to solve. I paced the room, floorboards creaking beneath me. The walls were lined with photos. Our wedding, her in white, me grinning like I'd won the universe. Camping trips, marshmallows burned, laughter spilling into dawn. Each frame mocked me now, a gallery of a life I thought was ours. Rage and grief clawed at my chest. I wanted to call her, to scream, demand answers. But what if she lied? Or worse, what if she didn't? The phone rang a third time. I answered, voice rough, barely a whisper. Where are you, Tom? Her tone was soft, slurred, threaded with something, guilt, panic. I'm outside. Forgot my key. Can you let me in? My knuckles went white around the phone. She was here, eyes flicking to the deadbolt, still locked. You're drunk, I said, not a question. A pause, a nervous laugh, maybe a little. Long night, work stuff. You know how it is. Work stuff. Her words landed like a slap. I saw her again at the bar, leaning into him, hand on his arm. Who were you with, Claire? I asked. Another pause, longer this time. Wind rattled the windows outside. Just people from the office. Why are you asking like that? I swallowed, throat dry despite the bourbon. I saw you at the bar with him. Silence. It stretched so long I thought the call had dropped. Then a shaky breath. Tom, it's not what you think. Can you just open the door, please? My legs moved before my mind could stop me. I parted the curtains, peering into the night. There she was, on the porch, streetlight illuminating her frame. Coat unbuttoned, hair mussed, phone pressed her ear. She looked small, vulnerable, but all I could see was her laugh, her touch, how she'd looked at him. Hand hovering over the deadbolt. I didn't move. Tom, her voice cracked. I'm freezing. Let me in. Why were you with him? My voice was low, steady though my heart pounded. Why did you look at him like that? Like what? She snapped offensively. You're being ridiculous. It was just drinks. You're blowing this out of proportion. Am I? I pressed my forehead to the cold glass, watching her shift. You haven't laughed like that with me in years. She didn't answer, breathing quick and uneven. Tom, please, she said finally, softer. I'm tired. I just want to come inside and talk. I couldn't move, anchored by her words, her silences, the truth I didn't want to face. Who is he? My voice broke. Nobody, she said too quickly. Just a co-worker. Tom, you're scaring me. Open the door. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. But her hand on his arm burned behind my eyes. Every excuse ever made echoing. The late nights, the texts, the growing distance. I unlocked the door, but didn't open it. Tell me the truth, I said, or you stay out there. Tom, don't do this. I love you. You know that. Do I? The words slipped sharp and bitter. I opened the door just a crack, enough to see her face. Mascara smudged, eyes wide, glistening. The woman I married, yet a stranger. Then why were you with him? Why did it look like you were happier with him than ever with me? She stepped forward, reaching for the door, but I held it firm. It's not like that, she said, trembling. He's easy to talk to. He listens. I didn't mean for it to look like anything. Didn't mean what? I snapped, grip tightening. Claire, what's going on? Tell me. She looked away, hands twisting. Shadows from streetlight etched worry and guilt into her face. Nothing's going on, she whispered. I swear. Then why can't you look at me? I stepped back, letting the door swing open, but not letting her in. Cold air rushed in, biting at my skin. What aren't you telling me? Her eyes met mine. I saw it for a moment. Fear, shame, something deeper that shattered me. I kissed him, she murmured so quietly I almost missed it. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. The world tilted. My breath caught, sharp as glass. A mistake. I repeated, tasting ash. You were drunk, she said, stepping closer, hands outstretched. It was stupid. I'm sorry, Tom. I love you. It won't happen again. I backed away, vision blurring. The room spun, photos melting into a kaleidoscope of memories. Her apologies echoed hollowly. I saw her laugh again, hand on his arm, lips on his, body close. Knees buckled. I gripped the doorframe to stay upright. Get out? I whispered, barely audible. Tom, please get out. I roared, voice tearing from my chest. She flinched, face crumpling. I didn't care. Betrayal was alive. Clawing at me. I slammed the door, sound echoing like a gunshot, and locked again. Her sobs seeped through the wood, piercing. Tom, I'm sorry. Please, let's talk. I love you. I slid to the floor, back against the door, head in my hands. The bourbon glinted in the moonlight, untouched. The pain was enough, raw, consuming, burning everything I thought I knew about us. The phone buzzed again, her name flashing. I didn't answer. Not yet. Outside, her footsteps faded, the engine starting a final shattering note. I sat in the dark, surrounded by the ghosts of our life together, wondering how I had missed the moment it all began to unravel.